Good morning. Good morning. Actually, let me know if y'all can hear me. I switched mics. Test, test. Yes, sir. Okay, awesome. Cool. So, good morning. Thank you, Lord, for a new day to trade. It's not financial advice, educational purposes only. I haven't been up that long, but it looks like it was pretty slow this morning, but SGBX is popping up, but you can't get locates on it right now, or I can't. So it looks like I'll have to look for a fresh 7 o'clock PR here in the next couple minutes, because if I can't get locates on this, I cannot short it. And hopefully we'll get a little bit more. I don't know if I've been trying to post the daily recaps. So if y'all haven't been catching those shorts, you should. I've been trying to give like a little recap on how the day went. But yesterday was a little stressful between LPTX and CMCT, I believe. Didn't play those very well. Still green day, but it wasn't the smoothest. MGRX is popping up quite a bit. I'm about to pull it up. I'm grabbing locates first. I'm getting a quick position on it. And now it's just up too much. So I got me some, and it's flushing too. Let's go. Or it was. Yeah, there we go. I'm just going to hold it. I'll try to at least. Let's just be the one that doesn't fade completely. I don't even know the story with this one, but I'm going to try to hold it. There we go. There we go. All right. I trimmed out at 213. If it wants to come back, I'll play it again. At some point, I got to do some DD on this one, though. See why it's moving. I don't know. I haven't even looked. Till it's a slow market. I don't even look at that before I get into these plays. All right, now I'm fully out. Oh, I got out right before it fell to, so I only had a couple hundred shares, but got out right at 203. So yeah, I'm completely out of this one now. Nice. That's the 7 o'clock pop right there and fade. I've been getting a lot of these opportunities. Well, because they've been like pumping, continuing to pump or fade too quick to get in. I didn't do my DD fast enough. So what I'll do with these, and again, figure out your own style. This is not financial advice, but in slow markets, if I see a pop like this, I get in it, and then I do my due diligence. I know where so when TradeZero gives me the alerts, I see the float. So it was 11 million float. So wasn't too concerned with that. But what I usually do, I'll get in and then do some due diligence, and then if it's trash news, trash company, I'll usually add size, but this is a very trash company, all red on AskEdgar. It did have some news, I think. Oh, that's actually some pretty good news. They partnered with 2 big pharmaceutical companies to deliver affordable access to Zepbound and Wegovy for obesity management. Seems like decent news. I don't know if I'm gonna get in for a retest. This is a partnership news with Two juggernauts. Yeah, I don't know. Seems like decent news to me. But I might still play it, but a little confused why this one didn't sustain, because it's a partnership with some bigger pharmaceutical companies. Might be missing something, but played it once, got a nice little flush on it, threw in 1,000 shares at, didn't get the best fill. I got in at, let's see, well, it wasn't that bad. 1,000 shares at 248. Wrote it down to 213 and 2, so made $400 on it. All right, terrible fundamental company, decent news. Oh, we're at the 200. I'm gonna get another position, and I'll just cut if it goes against me. This is the 200, and we're fighting VWAP right here. But again, I don't think the news is that bad. I haven't entered, but I'm thinking about it. So I'm back in it, small position, but if it starts going against me, I'm gonna cut. If it goes above 250, I'm gonna cut. So I don't see a lot of things moving right now. So I added back here at VWAP in the 200. As you can see, is right here, 237-ish. There we go. Trimmed a little at 224. Let's see if the rest just flushes. There we go. Nice. Got out the rest of it at 216, so I'm out of it. And the reason why this one would probably be a good candidate to hold, but again, I don't think the news is that bad. Let's go, Alex. Make that money, bro. Yeah, this is a weak market. We're still in a very, very weak market. Because I've seen, I know LPTX ran and whatever for whatever reason yesterday, but it's still, we're in a questionable market right now. Is this the right ticker? LPTX? I'm so confused. Oh, they changed ticker names, so it's not LPTX. I'll look up what it is later. I forgot. Oh, thank you, Alex Yonet, CYPH. I don't know if y'all saw the daily recap for this one too. I ended up doing decent with it, to be honest. At the end of the day, like I was red. This is the only play I was red on, but bailed myself out a little bit at the end. Caught the flush. That was a stressful ticker yesterday. I usually don't try to play the top gainer like that. That's consistently making new highs, but Looked like it was breaking down a few times throughout the day, and then it would just reclaim. But I had tight stops, so even though I was red on it, not like crazy red. Like, it did wipe out a lot of gains, don't get me wrong, but I didn't let it get out of control. Like back in the day, I'd be down 10K, 20K or something. The Godfather. It might be a weak market until December. The Fed starts quantitative easing in December, but we will have to see. Agree. You could be right. I don't know if I'm going to play this one again. Maybe I should have. It's a nice little flush. But again, I think this news is just to be, yeah, dang, it's a nice flush though. Woo. Hope y'all caught it again. But up 589, just playing this one twice. And again, I know like there's people on YouTube flexing way more than winning 589 in one play, but I play these things small. Only played 1,000 shares and then 500 shares. Pulled in 589, so not bad, not bad. So yeah, this is why I like these 7 o'clock pops, is because they tend to do this move. The problem is the last couple of days getting caught up in some of those low floats, they'll keep going. So like yesterday with CMCT, probably should have avoided. It was a 7 o'clock-ish pop, but it was less than 1 million float, should have avoided it. And the day before that was, I think, GLTO, or a couple days before that. It was a low float, but when these 7 a.m. pops that are like 12 million float like this, trash company, these are usually pretty solid plays. But yeah, there's probably gonna be a lot of hanging out on this one again, because there's probably not gonna be a lot of plays. So, which I'm fine if they flush like this. The few that we get, if they react like this, I'll take it. So just chilling until we see something else. Yeah, I was looking at, what was it, SGBX, like you were saying, just trading. No, I always call you your Discord name. Let's see. Yeah, I was trying to, right here, I was trying to get locates, but I couldn't get any on it. Y'all know I love a good retest. And the reason why I like retest, guys, is because it keeps the risk tight. Because, you know, like, for example, me jumping in blindly with this one, there is risk that these can keep these can keep running. But these retests, you know exactly where to enter, and if you're wrong, you can stop out without too much of a loss. It's not about, I'm assuming everyone's going to flush. I think most of them are going to flush, but Even if they don't, I know to get out because my thesis is over. It's not a retest anymore. It's bullish. So I like these retests, but no locates available. TRUG, is this one moving? No. I mean, a little, but not really interested. True Golf. Shares available on Cobra. Look at Cobra. Oh, they might be now. Let's see. Let's see, BX. Locate. I still can't get them. I mean, I don't want them now, but yeah, Cobra's a good platform. They have, I see them recommended a lot. I've never used them, but I've heard good things about them. What kind of extra fees do you have to pay when you're shorting these stocks? So I don't think I'm going to play this one again, because I'm a little I think the news is good. I think the partnership news is good. I think if we were in a hot market, this would run. I usually try to avoid acquisition and partnership news like this, but we're coming back to the 200. There's a good chance it's going to fade again, but I might skip this time. It's tempting though. What kind of extra fees do you have? So with TradeZero, it matters if you're in the States or international, but like I don't have commission, or it's very, very, very minimal. Like if I make, my average is about making like 2K a day, I'll usually pay like less than $50 in fees and stuff, just regular commission. But if you execute a certain way, I slap the ask in bids. That's what I do. So there's a little bit of fees associated with that commission wise. But there's ways to pay no commission by how you enter and exit these. And I should be able to speak to it better, but I can't. I have a link for TradeZero. It tells more details about it. But yeah, there's not really any additional fees besides getting your locate. So for example, I had to get 1,000 shares of locates. It was $4. So, and then you can always sell them back too when you're done with them. I usually do that. But yeah, so you just got to get locates before you enter the position. So because you got to borrow against the stock since you don't own it. And locate prices vary, but they're usually only expensive if the float is super tight or it's a low float. And I try to avoid those anyway. So if the locate fees are high, that's a warning sign for me that the float's tight. And 8 out of 10 times when the locates are very pricey, they tend to run. So I think it's like a warning sign, to be honest. How many shares do you trade typically in a day? MVVE. Oh, yes. MVVE is at 50 cents. Might be a decent play. Y'all know, like the 50-cent level. They struggle to hold above it sometimes. Don't like how it's like breaking new highs, though. I might wait. I don't know. I'm more in a PR pop mood. So I'm gonna wait for this one. But if it gets to it, y'all know I love the dollar psychological level, and there's a 200 right here. I'll play it up here, but I don't feel like playing this one right now. Because it's looking a little bullish, breaking new highs. Could flush here. They have a hard time holding above 50 cents sometimes, but I'm gonna pass on this one. Don Black, yeah, no, everybody's so misleading about short selling. They try to make it seem like we're juggling fire. Like it's the craziest thing in the world, and it's super expensive. I mean, there probably is a little bit more fees, but I was paying way more fees when I was trading options and stuff. But yeah, shorting is high risk. I will admit it is high risk. But again, you just got to keep your risk in check. Like, so it is risky, but don't use more than you're willing to lose, just like with everything with trading. And it's not so like last month I made 52K on the month, and I trade small size too. That was a 25K account, basically doubled it. And I paid less than, it was like 2,600 in total commissions, locates. So like 5% of what I made. So I personally don't think that's that bad. But I have been cognizant of like not overpaying for locates. When I'm done with locates, selling them back sometimes. I forget to do it. Like I haven't done it with MGRX yet. And most platforms don't let you sell back your locates, but TradeZero does, and a few others. Maybe, I don't know. I just don't want to say they're the only ones because I don't know, but I know most of them don't, but there might be some other ones that allow that. I know I should have been playing it every freaking time, and I haven't. Y'all know I usually do that, but again, I think the partnership news isn't bad. Maybe there's some details that make it not so great, but they get direct brand access to Zepbound and Wegovy through partner pharmacies. Medication management memberships seem reasonable. I don't know. If I enter it this time, it's going to rip, though, I feel. It's round 6. Yeah, this thing is. Let's see what the 1 minute looks like. Yeah, it might break here in a second, though. The 1 minute's a little bit more nerve-wracking. See how these wicks are getting lower or higher, 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 higher. It wants to break above it. Does that mean it's going to? I don't know. It doesn't. But since nothing else is really moving, this might be a decent play, money rotation play. If we get something else that takes off here in the next 10 minutes or so, let's say it's still doing this little dance around the 200 at 7:30, and something else takes off, I probably will add to MGRX, see if it flushes. Zach Smith, what do you think your average win percentage is? Not like win-loss ratio, but I can show you my TradeZella from last month. I'll pull it up when it's slow. Or since it's slow. But money rotation, I might try it on MGRX here if something else starts running at 7:30. Zoom in a little bit. So profit factor of almost 4 last month. And I will admit, I typically don't have a all win. Like I usually don't. I usually have 1 or 2 losses a month. Like September I had a couple. In November I've already got 2, and it's just started. So I will admit, going all green is not typical performance. But 80 trade win rate was 80%. Daily win rate like 100%. Like I said, that's a little abnormal. I think that's what you were asking. And then like last month, see, I had a couple. I had a big loss last month, but I still ended up having a pretty solid month. So, but I want to be honest with y'all. I don't usually. So like I had 30K month last month with 2 profit factor, win rate 90, or day win rate 90, and trade win rate 80%. So last couple months have been pretty good though. Here it goes. It finally broke. This is what I was scared of. Why I didn't play it, but let's see if there's a level we like. But I also don't want to fight decent news too. Maybe 275. But yeah, appreciate it. PR 12. I do it all with a 25. I do it with a 25K account just because I have, you got to have 25K in the United States to get around PDT. But as soon as it gets over 40K in my account, I take the money out. So that's kind of my risk management. Because again, short selling is risky, but you just got to set up safeguards. I know some people play with 100K, 200K, $1 million accounts. Like, I know myself too much. Sometimes I do lose that mental battle and I revenge trade. So it's like my safety net. If I do get too reckless, I can only wipe out 25K, which is a bad day. Don't get me wrong, but I don't wipe out everything I've made for the year. You know what I mean? So if it gets back up to 275, I'll probably get a position on it. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and set an order there. Because now we're getting close to 730. I wouldn't mind. There's a good chance another PR will come out, steal attention away. But I'm not going to rush into it. I'll let it push a little bit higher. And we're getting there, though. First entry, 269. I do like that the float, I might even get here at 265. Yeah, I got. I do like that the float is decent size, though. So I got a little position at 265. We'll add some more at 269. Yeah, no, it is, J Money. That's why I was kind of avoiding this. I'm like, it could break, but a partnership with 2 major pharmaceutical companies is not too bad. So I'm in it small, playing this 275 level. If it holds, breaks new high, yep. because I agree. Fundamentally, it's a trash company. So the pros is fundamentally they are trash and they will probably try to raise money. There's a lot of dilution on the books. And it's a good size float. If Trade Ideas is right, it's about 11 million. I didn't look at institutional ownership and all that though. But the downside is partnership news with relevant companies are usually holds its own. So I'm seeing 7 million on FinViz. Institutional ownership is only 2%. I like that. Insider ownership 25, not bad. So my thesis remains. I'm just going to play at these levels. See if we get a little flush here, 730. I'm in my relatively full size. I'm in 1,100 shares now, with the average at 267. I didn't even notice it hit my 269 entry. Oh, there we go. Let's flush. So 730 is right around the corner. Let's see if we get some attention stolen from it. There we go. I'm going to take out a little here at 250. 251. Trimming here in the 240s as well. So I'm down to, oh yeah. So I'm out. Probably jumped out too soon, but I got out of VWAP. I actually did pretty good on that. So let's see, is anything else running now? That's 730. And again, guys, I trade mobile. If you're new, it's not that I don't want y'all to see my positions and how I enter, but I trade on my phone, so it makes it pretty difficult because I can't be logged into both at the same time. But I'll try to talk through my entries. Y'all seen anything? Good morning, BG. Oh, you already missed a couple good plays, BG. Going straight to Discord. Now, appreciate you being in the Discord, but yeah, no, it's we were making money on MGRX 3 or 4 times. No big deal, bro. So what happens if the short trade goes against you? Can you lose more than the 25K? So my account gets liquidated if it gets, so TradeZero will start liquidating you. I have a setting on where, yeah, they'll liquidate me. They've done it twice. I know it works. Because they don't want you to owe them money. So if you start getting close to zero, they'll liquidate you. And could there be flaws with that? Could it not work exactly as planned? Of course, but again, that's why I keep only a certain amount of size in there. But yeah, I've been liquidated twice. And that was last year when I traded a little bit more reckless last year, but I made good money last year. Way more than I have this year. So I was taking a little bit more risk last year and I got liquidated twice. I cut a lot quicker these days. I used to kind of just hold. to be honest. So I got liquidated twice, and they just closed all my positions. Did they call you? Yeah. They called me because one time I did owe them a little money because they didn't get me out quick enough because it was intraday and something was halting, so I owed them a couple grand. So they were like, "Yo, bro, I'm sorry, but you owe us money." But again, I like learning the hard way, and there's easy to avoid those situations. I should have lost money. It was DURG. Like if y'all have seen any of my interviews, I talk about it, whether it's Kimfo or the Friendly Bear, but it was DURG, this move right here where it went from like sub dollar to like $80. These are good ones to cut. Guess who did not cut? Guess who kept averaging up? So yeah, it went from like less than $1 all the way to $80. And your boy just kept averaging up and he blew up. So I don't do that anymore. I'll average up, but it's not blindly averaging up. And I have a number. If it hits, I just get out now. Because you don't see these plays like this often, but you got to have a game plan for when it happens. Like I'm very loose with my like stop loss at times, and then at other times I'm very tight. It depends on the setup. So I don't put myself in those scenarios anymore, but I needed that to happen to learn from it, because I wasn't trained by Tim Sykes like most of these people are. I learn things my own way. So I like to learn the hard way sometimes. I'm surprised you picked up the phone. Yeah. That was again, that I try to be honest with y'all, but yeah, this was my biggest loss. Picked it up the phone. And he was actually really cool. TradeZero, they got some cool people that work there. He's like, "You good, bro?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good." When deep down, I was not good. I was not good. Until you came. That's a good point. That's a good point. But even with like my size count, like y'all saw, so my 25K account, that's already one safety net. Then you see the size I trade, like I entered 1,000 shares. It's only a $2,600 position. So I entered 1,000 here. Then the retest was 500. Then I got 1,100 right here. So again, like I don't trade with big size. And it's not because I can't, you know what I mean? Like there we go. Something else moving. But that's just my way of just, keeping my risk in check, because short selling is risky if you're reckless. So now that I've built a little bit of a cushion, I don't trade with all of it. And again, I know I'm capping my growth rate playing small, but I like trading small. It gives me mental clarity and peace. I notice when I size up, it's a little bit more stressful. And like trading this size is not stressful at all. So that's why I'm still trading this size, and I'm cool with it for now. I'm still pulling in like around 2K a day. MGRX, nice flush here. I jumped out at VWAP thinking it might bounce, but not very many things are bouncing in this slow market, unless the float is like 1 million or sub 1 million. Yeah, we did leave some money on it, but this one's been good to me. I'm almost up 700 bucks on this one alone. Yeah, 700. Actually, I am 776 from this one. Just playing it 3 times. 1,000 shares, 500 shares, and then 1,100 shares. Again, I know those aren't Ross numbers, but I trade much smaller size. Yeah, BG, I know. GLTO got you, bro. I hate that. I hate that. Yeah, that was a beast. That was a beast. Oh, really? Steven Ducks was down like 90, 95% of his account? Ooh. Good morning, good morning. Was this recent? Because again, I don't really follow other traders. Probably should. YouTube lately has been trying to make me follow Ross, though. Sharing his videos. Yeah, we're still in a pretty slow market, guys. I wish it was picking up a little bit, but gotta acknowledge the obvious. Oh, so it was a while. Yeah. A long time ago. He was at like 55K account. Yeah, he's paying 10x that in fees these days. He trades massive size. Since then, he taught himself to cut faster no matter what. Yeah, that's what I learned through it as well. Just if you're the problem is like if your thesis is still there and you're approaching a key level that you think it could fail at, like for example, let's look at the daily. So if I entered here and I was wrong and it keeps running, I enter at the 200. But let's say there's very strong level here. Like let's say it's popped up to this level. It's not that strong of a level right now, but let's pretend like it's popped up to this level like 4 times. Then I know that's also a very strong level. For whatever reason, I have a hard time getting over 275. Like I will average up here or potentially cut and then re-average. But a lot of times I'll stay in it if it's not that big of a gap up. But then if it breaks that and then like I don't see another level for a while, then I got to cut those. And in the past, I wouldn't do that. I would just average up. I mean, sometimes I would, but often I'd be like, well, 3 is a good psychological level. Let me average up there. And then if it break that, we're like, well, I see, you know, there's some resistance right here where it's wicked down. Let me add it 330, you know, so it's just like this endless add up, like averaging up. And that's how short sellers blow up. Because then you were only down $500. Now you're down $5,000. And psychologically, it's very hard to cut, like intentionally take a big hit, you know what I mean? Bigger than you wanted to. So then you just keep holding or freeze up. And that was kind of the story with drug. So try to make big losses in my life, whether it's a brain injury or most y'all know, or a big loss or a stupid trade. Just try to learn something from it so it doesn't happen again. And most y'all know this, but if there's any new traders, so you can take away anything from this live stream as like, just always think about risk management. That was not my first priority last year, and that's why I had some of those big losses. Just already have an exit plan when you enter these things. Like whether it's when it gets to a certain point you have to cut, or you're only willing to lose X amount. You just got to stick with your rules. I'm a little lenient with my like rules where, you know, less than 1 million shares, no Chinese, things like that. But I am not lenient with like, I have a number that if I go down every day, I just got to wrap up and stop trading. You even saw it yesterday in the Discord with LPTX, where I was like, guys, I'm stepping away. This thing's stopped me out a few times, so got to take a deep breath. Jeez, 100K shorting account and small caps grew it to 600K in 1 year, then blew it all on HKD. Wow, that's crazy. So I created the Bear of Wall Street. I try not to talk about the numbers before Bear of Wall Street because I can't verify them since I closed that TradeZero account. And I can't, I just never thought I'd be public. But since June of last year, though, by the end of the year, basically by the end of the year, I grew a 25K account to 200K. And then I took the drug loss, which was a 75K loss, but then got it back to 200K by I think end of January. So that was a huge hit for me last October. Not complete blow up, but because again, I take money out of my account, but I had a big account then. I had like a 70K account when that happened. Bigger account. But yeah, HKD was a wild one. It's very similar to drug. And if you just blindly average up in these and don't cut, you can get rocked. Like I said, I like to learn the hard way. So if you get anything from this live stream is don't blindly average up, cut. And this is not financial advice, but just manage risk and you'll have a good shorting career. Because if you look at the top Kimfo traders, like top 10, like 6, 7, 8 of them are short sellers, or a big part of what they do is short selling. But they manage their risk well. HKD, I don't think you had a chance to get out. It kept halting. You can get out. You can get out. Similar with drug. Like, it's hard to get out. I will admit that. But again, like, it's not like it. I feel like that's the argument for a lot of these, like you just can't get out type of scenarios. Like, maybe it was difficult, but like it didn't go up in one. Like, and when everybody tells this story about HKD, they act like it just went from, and not you, I'm just saying you're probably right, but like I've heard other people talk about like how it just went from like $1 to $1,000 in one halt. No, there's a bunch of halts that got there. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know. It's gonna be hard to pull it daily, but you're right. It was hard to get out, but it did. Just similar to drug though. This one just halted, and finally, when TradeZero is like, you got to get out. It did take 2 halts to fully get me out. So if you were in a big position with HKD or DRUG, I could see it getting ugly, but it wasn't like it went from what $5 to $1,000 in like 2 halts. It was quite a few. But there might be some truth to it because drug, it took a couple halts for me to get out. But I mean, you don't lose $76,000 without having big size. So it wasn't like I was in 1,000 shares. I was in pretty big position. So I noticed when TradeZero was trying to get me out, yeah, that's exactly what they did. They didn't hit market order. I could literally see them like putting positions on my account. I was like, oh no, this is not a good sign. You can see TradeZero was in my broker and they were putting limit orders, yes, above, like, so if it was at $30, they were like $40 or $45 or $35. So when it unhalted, I would get out. It would feel. I don't know if that's better than market orders for getting out. I'm not sure, but that's how they did it. No, they were setting it high for me. So if it was opening up at 30, they were saying I'll get out at like 35. Nice little flush on MGRX. Like I said, I got out of VWAP as usual. Should have held. No, it wouldn't let me cancel their orders. I tried. I was like, I didn't set this order. And then it wouldn't let me cancel it. I was like, uh-oh, it's not a good sign. But again, there were so many warning signs with that one. So like, again, like, yes, that's a scary story and I like to tell it because it's legit, but like, I was in it from like $1 to $30 or something. Like there was plenty of opportunity to get out. I was hard-headed. You know what I mean? It's not like it got there in one halt. I was stuck in it for days, actually. It wasn't even a one-day occurrence. Because see, big day, very big day. So I was stuck in this thing a couple of days. So again, it was just me being hard-headed. I guess that's why I get like a little bit annoyed with this. Like, you can't get out. It's like, bro, I had all time. I had so much time to get out. I just chose not to. Thought it would come back. And the crazy thing about drug is it's still up here in the 40. Look at this. It's still like hanging out in the, it's at $60. Yeah. So it's still, it never came back because it was decent news. They had the float locked. So there was a lot of warning signs with that one. TNMG, what is this one? It's pushing. Do we have any clear levels around 50 cents? A little above 50 cents. We got some pops. Let's see what the story is with this one. Man, that's another slow market. Jeez. Launches partnership, another partnership. Jeez. Launches partnership with U.S. Fortune 150 company Coupang to, I don't know what that company is, to expand content, commerce, and retail media ecosystem. Low overall offering risk. Taiwan company, I believe, 31 million float. I don't love it, but I might start grabbing some locates if it gets above 50 cents. Because I like these excessive candles up like this. So remember that other one that was almost at 50 cents and I was like, I don't really like it. I like these strong moves up because a lot of times when you have a crazy big candle like this, the next one's usually red. So if I could get a 50-cent entry, I might try it. But like the slow grinds, I do not like to a key level because a lot of times they'll just keep grinding. But a lot of times after these green candles like this, it'll want to come back to reality. And even if it keeps going up, like a lot of times it'll just have a red candle next before it makes the next move up. But if it gets above 50 cents, I'll try it. Here we go, 50 cents. So I'm grabbing my locates now. Got an entry at 50 cents. So let's see what happens. We'll draw on the chart some. So we have a previous pop to 50 cents. We got all these little pops. Can't really struggle holding above 50 cents. There's no level that I just like absolutely love on this thing, but try 50 cents. It's kind of psychological level. Tough to break, especially after a candle like that. It's already a little overextended, so let's see what happens. I'm gonna go ahead and I entered a couple thousand shares on it, so I might take profit quick with this one. But I'm still in it for now. See if we get that red candle I was talking about. And we kind of already are on the 1 minute. See how it's already given back? But on the 5 minute, let's see if we can get a whole 5 minute red candle. PNMG pushing back up. I'm gonna learn a little bit more about this partnership, see what it says. Not like seeing numbers. I just don't really know what all it entails. If I don't see numbers, I assume it's weak. Looks like it's trying to break above 50 cents again. Let's see. I'm gonna add some more if it gets back to 50 cents though, because I'm only in a couple thousand shares. Add a little more. So funny. I trade so much. And I do trade a little smaller on the live streams in the morning. I don't really know why. I think it's because people are watching. Like intraday, I don't know why I size so much more heavier. I'm like looking at I'm only in 2,000 shares. It's barely $1,000 position on this thing. So if it gets back to 50 cents, I'm gonna add a couple thousand more, get my size up a little bit, because I would like to just go ahead and take profit on this little flush a little bit, but I ain't gonna make any money on this. So I want to add a little bit more size to it. if I get another chance. Yeah, Jason, I agree. The PR feels a little weak to me too. So overall offering risk is low on this one. It's a Taiwan company. Here we go. Let's see if I get my other 50-cent fill here. There's a good chance it'll reject here, so I might not get that fill. Just waiting at 50 cents. Well, actually, it's not. It didn't go through. Oh, yeah, with TradeZero, yeah, I thought I just pressed short and put a position, but I don't have a locate. So with TradeZero, you have to locate it when it's over 50 cents or it won't give you locates. So I used up my 2,000 already. So I got to wait for it to get back above 2,000 or 50 cents because that's a requirement for TradeZero. It's got to be above 50 cents. So I got to wait for it to get above 50 cents, locate some more shares first, then set a position. So I might just write out these, especially, is it 8 o'clock? Oh, 8 o'clock, guys. Let's go. These are all probably going to, these are fake outs with trade ideas. So first few are little fake outs. Well, I'm seeing 300 or 262 size share on the ask. This thing is probably about to flush. Look, here we go. We get to, there we go. So I'm taking some profit here at VWAP. Oh, let's go. Yeah, just trading. That's why I try to talk through it, what I do. So as soon as it gets over 50 cents, I'm already slapping locates when it's 49. I'm just like clicking the button, clicking the button, clicking the button. And then as soon as it pops above 50 cents, then it'll throw me an offer. And then I just accept it, 50 cents, boom. So you got to be quick for sure. But yeah, I'm already got my, 2,000 shares typed in, slapping the locate button over and over and over and over. And then when it finally gets over 50 cents, I get an offer. So that's weird. But yeah, so this is kind of the candle I was talking about. Once you see some strong, when did this, was I looking away? I didn't even realize it got up to 52 cents. But anyways, regardless, got a nice little, I'm a little confused. Maybe I looked away too long. But yeah, we got this red candle now though. RADX. Only 5,000 shares have been traded on that one. So I'm looking at it, but like there's nobody in that one. So I got to be careful. I'm not going to trade that one. Man, slim pickings these days. Jeez. You usually got, I don't know if you're new to this. If you're new to the channel, this is a very, very slow market. Usually or at least in the warmer markets, not even hot, but warmer markets. Like I'm trying to pick which ticker I want to enter. There's so many, but not a lot to choose from. And I got out of my last TNMG right there at 41 cents, FYI, so I'm not in it anymore. Played out. Beautiful. ONDS is what you're saying? Let's see. Isn't that a big company? Oh, it's a nice little pop, though. How big is this company? I might be wrong. $350. Yeah, it's a $2 billion company. I don't short these, but I'll pull it up. And the reason why is just because they just don't fade as good as is this right? They just don't fade as well as the because these are like legit companies. But a lot of times their pops, they don't like fade very well. And I don't get that flush. They kind of keep grinding up. Like it looks like this one's about to do that. So yeah, I don't short these. 200 million market cap and under is what I usually aim for, because these will grind up on you. And again, this one could flush back to 560, but often they don't. So I'm going to avoid it. Am I trading MVVE? No, oh, I'm not trading it. That's a good read. I'll tell you why I don't like this one too. So I don't like this like slow grind up movement like this. And it broke new highs right here. So very good example, TNMG. I like this because it was like an excessive quick move up like this. See how it went from like 31 cents all the way up to 50 cents in a matter of, a few candles, where this one is a little bit more like just slow grind up. So I like that big, like these big flushes after a big move. You know what I mean? So just like MGRX, when it did this, caught the move. But still, it might be a good play for you. I just try to explain why I don't trade some of these. I just don't do as well with. I like the excessive move up, the grind ups like this. Like it probably will fail, and it could fail here at 50 cents and flush. But I just don't have as good a luck with those. THAR. See that comment? I missed it, but it did pop a little bit. It's pushing back up. Okay. Where is this one trying to go? This one has a history of having some decent range. So look at this. Recently, well, this is in November. It went from $3 all the way to 680. I want to see a little more meat on the bones on THAR, though. It's only up 10% now. But keep them coming. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah. See, this is why I don't like these. They keep pushing. I'll play TNMG if it gets back to 50 cents, but did pretty well on it. So I trimmed out at 45, 44, and 41. from 50 cents, but I wasn't in very heavy. I don't know why I entered so light. Disappointed in myself. Man. Another slow pre-market. I'm ready for it to pick back up. Two plays I've played have been pretty clean, but y'all know my style is I trade quite a bit of tickers. Again, going back to being, cautious. That's another way I try to avoid big losses. I trade like a decent amount of, I don't just trade one ticker a day. I like trading a bunch of tickers that are decent and not risking too much on each ticker, because at the end of the day, even if I think it's an A+ setup, it's still a sketchy small cap company. And if it's an A+ setup, they need money. Fundamentally, they're trash. So a lot of times they'll manipulate or figure out ways to, to force the ticker up. Like if high institutional ownership, or they need it to get above $2 for warrants, they usually can find a way to do that. So even when I think a setup's an A+ setup, I still don't like going too heavy on it, because at the end of the day, we're shorting some sketchy tickers. I don't know what they have up their sleeve. That's another risk management, since we were talking about it earlier. So just little things like that I've tweaked, and again, not saying that's the right way to do it. Most traders do the opposite. They only trade one or two tickers. They wait for the perfect setup. So I just tell you how I've had my success and prevent like larger blowups. I just don't go too heavy in any ticker these days, even if I love it. I'll add a little more size, don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to like YOLO. Like, this is the setup I've been waiting for 6 months. No, I'm not doing that. SGBX VWAP. I can't get locates on SGBX. SGBX. I wanted it earlier. Dang, ONDS still running. That was a good long. Or it could have been a good long. I'm not in it. Reword that. Jelani, you a beast, bro. Why did you make that on THAR? It hardly had any range, too. So you caught it at 375 to 345. Beast mode, bro. You've been having some very nice, consistent. So we have a flex your gain section in my Discord. I need to flex it more, to be honest, because some of y'all have been killing it lately, especially you, Jelani. CJ, I don't know if you're on, but both of y'all consistently have 4-figure days. LVLU close to 200. Oh, I saw this one in after hours yesterday. Anybody guess why I didn't want to play it? Some of my OGs or members, y'all should know. Look at, why didn't I want to play this one after hours? So slow we're having pop quizzes. Let me pull it up. It's the reason I had 2 red losses. I had 2 losses on the month already. Small, so I'm not sweating them. $1,500 and $1,000 day losses. But I broke my rules. If I would have entered this one, what rule would I have broke? Let's go, T-Mac. So this is how these late pops like this one did eventually give back, but earlier, so the first week of November, I gave it all back due to late after hour pops. So the early pops, I am money on. They just flush usually. But after a certain time, this was 610, I got both my little red days because I was basically bored on the couch. 420 was nearby, just chilling. Entered a position and then just went against me because these late pops tend to just keep pushing. So I'm gonna get back into T and MG if it gets above 50 cents here. And again, it might eventually break. That's why I got out on the flush, because we are in a bullish momentum. So I just want to be clear. I'm going to play this with a smile on my face. But let's see what happens. Don't flush before you get to 50 cents, bro. I wish. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, I'm in it. See, this is what I was talking about. So I'm glad actually I didn't have an order waiting. So I'm going to add here at 50. I'm not in it yet, but I'm going to set an order here at 54 cents. And then if it breaks 55, I might be a little cautious with this one because, again, it's looking pretty bullish now. Not in it, but I have an order waiting at 54 cents. Nice. You already got in it, James? Look at you, bro. I might miss it. Yeah, this one doesn't have a history of holding his gains well. You can see all these wicks. They tell a story right here. At some point, at the beginning of October, he was able to hold some gains and push for a couple of days, but most of the time it just wakes up. And I think this PR is relatively weak, to be honest. But we have had some sub 50 cent runners here recently. So again, I'm going to play it, but if it starts like just taking off, it's got to manage it. So I got an order waiting at 54. I just don't want to get in too early. Tempted to get in at 53 though. Ordo, good morning. And I'm in it. I'm adding at 55 too. Ordo, have you traded much today? Oh, Tim, I saw you say R-I-M-E. I missed that. Let's see. We haven't had much to trade, but it's been a pretty good morning so far. Once I did trade. See if T and MG changes that. But I do, again, I like these 2 aggressive green candles like this. So I think it might come back to reality before it makes its next leg up. Or it might keep pushing. Let's see. And the reason why I wanted to enter more size with this one is just because we're not going to get very drastic moves. It's a sub, you know what I mean? So I'm only in 2,000 shares right now, but I got a couple more waiting at 55. But still trading it very, very, very small because it is kind of bullish right now. And there's not a lot moving, so it might take some attention. Just pulled up RIME on my phone. I was too late to it, but like it had a decent pop. So my 55 cent only got partially filled, but it got a little filled. Not a full fill. Trying to stay close to this, and I'll look at the comments in just a second because this is a kind of a key level. We need it to flush here. If it holds, it could push. Then I'll just stop out. I'm having a good morning. Well, not that great of a morning, but a decent morning. So I don't want to give it back with this. So if it pushes past 55 cents and holds, I'll probably just cut because it is somewhat bullish looking right here. And at this time in pre-market, I'm looking for like mostly the MGRX or this type of move, you know what I mean? Catching the top, catching the flush. Like I'll play these like TNMG, don't get me wrong, but see, if it keeps breaking new highs like this, I'm probably just going to stop out. But I'm still in it. Let me see what happens. Because like we're fighting a pretty strong trend at this point. So I got out of, oh yes, let's go. Okay, so I got my size down. So I'm at half my size. I just got out at break even. So I'm still in it, but I'm back to only 2,000 shares. So just manage my size. I was in 4,000 because I added some more at 55. I basically just got out at break even. I'm thinking about just completely getting out here at break even though. I've kind of lost my thesis with this one has kind of changed. Like I think it might keep pushing, guys. But I'm still in 2,000. Let's see what happens. But there's no like strong level here. That's the problem. So like if this was a really strong level, but it's not, it's just like a random pop it got to one time. You know what I mean? It's not like it's a strong resistance level. None of these are. J Money, where you at? What levels are? You're the levels, dude. So is Bordeaux. What is the fib showing? Y'all are good at calling these levels. Yeah, this might not be a bad one to like, again, not financial advice, but in the past, I would just like slowly scale into these and eventually get a red candle and then you flush and get out. But like, again, I don't know what it is about this. I'm not feeling like I want to do that with this one. I feel like it could keep pushing. But so Ordo is staying away from it. So I'm still in my 2,000 shares. I'm just going to wait and see what happens with them. But again, low confidence in this one, guys. There's just no strong levels. This is a better one for me to just like scale in and wait for that eventual nasty red candle, because we probably will see it. But 61.50. Okay. It's not too far away. I'm gonna see if it flushes here. I'm not gonna, as soon as I get into profit, I'm probably gonna cut on this one, guys. Like, I'm not feeling it. There we go. A little bit of a flush. So I'm back in the money. So I just got out. I might be jumping out too early, but I don't like the setup anymore. So I hope if y'all are still in it, I hope it flushes for y'all, but I just feel like I'm fighting a little bit of a strong trend now. Appreciate it, Ordo. Yeah, none of these levels are strong. That's why I don't really feel confident adding size here. I don't really like it. If it got up to this level, 75, y'all know I love a 200 daily test, but none of these are really that strong of levels. So I'm gonna be a little bit of a chicken on this one and I'm out. No harm done. Didn't make any money, didn't lose any money, so I'll take it. There we go. I'm getting a little flush now. Yeah, James, that's what's got me a little paranoid about it. A lot of these cheap tickers have been running lately too, so. I don't want to just force it because it's slow. I tend to do that. Oh, somebody brought up NVE or NVVE. It did eventually flush. So if any of y'all played it, good job. I didn't like I was saying, the slow grind up action, but tried to break over 50 cents, failed. Now it's at VWAP. And testing the highs of after hours yesterday. Yeah, I have a feeling TNMG might push here. That's why I just got out. But let's see. And that's the downside of slow markets too for us as short sellers. There's not a lot of distractions, you know? So, oh my gosh, look at that move right there. Yeah, I'm avoiding it. I'm out. So no harm done. But that's the downside of shorting in a little bit slow market too, is because there's not a lot, like everybody's looking at this ticker now. But when there's like 10 things popping, you know what I mean? Like money is rotating. CHAI. Let's see what this is. CHAI. Okay, whoa. Okay, let me grab some locates on this. That $5 level is probably it. Dang it. Okay, I'm grabbing some locates. What's the float on this? 3 million float, decent float. Got me a baby entry in it. And then if it pushes back to 495, I got an order waiting there. What's the news? It's pushing. Good, 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 good. I'm having a hard time finding the news. What happened? My news feed is glitching out at a terrible time. Oh, I got that 495 fill though. Let's go. It pushed up, so I'm gonna hold on to it. I still have no idea what's going on with this stock. Oh, Core AI announces $5 billion global AI data center initiative. That's a big number. So I'm up about $400 on this thing now. So I'm covering. So I'm already out because this $5 billion makes me a little nervous. It's probably not clickbait's the right word, but you know what I'm trying to say. There's no way they have a. Let's see. So I'm out. I honestly I played that one pretty well, guys. Got in at 495, and called a nasty flush on it. Basically the $5 level. I was just playing that while I did my DD. Due diligence. So announces a $5 billion global AI data center initiative to build a vertically integrated network of AI data centers focused initially on Malaysia. The company said it will pursue multi-billion-dollar financing with government. I don't know, but oh yes, I'm happy where I'm at on the day now. Okay, good deal. I don't know, guys. Seems like a decent news. So y'all playing y'all OTLK? Is that another one? Or did I already miss it? Yeah, I already missed it, but I call this one. Oh, I'll take it. So yeah, the way I played this one, guys, so just to talk through it, it made the move. Again, you can do this, and I can do this, not you, not financial advice, because it is dangerous. But in slower markets like this, if I see the float is decent, sometimes I'll just go ahead and take a stab at it if I think it's a crazy move. And that's what I did. Got my first couple, literally, it was like 300 shares at 450. Then I had 1,000 waiting at 495 just to test the $5 level. And it wicked up there, filled, and immediately fell below 450. So made a little over 500 on that one, I think. And the reason why I say I think is because the mobile app, that I trade mobile, so it doesn't show you what you made for each ticker. I just got to look at my realized gains and kind of guesstimate. So will I play a $5 retest on this one? I do not know. I'm having a hard. I'm usually pretty good at interpreting this news, but this seems like it could be decent news too. It's not like it's immediately going to improve them fundamentally. It's a project that's going to take a long time to build, this and that, but a lot of big numbers. $5 billion. but I'm noticing that the execution of this depends on securing multi-billion-dollar external financing. So it's like, it looks like the it's not a wrap, like it's guaranteed. I don't even think the money's been secured. So I'll probably play it if it gets, oh, now it's flushing. I wasn't looking, but if it gets back to 5, I'll probably take another stab at it. What are y'all's thoughts? Or I probably would enter at 80 cents with tight stop. Oh, you were talking about TNMG, right? Yeah. The problem is with all these below $1 US dollar tickers, they have very little meat on the bones, and the risk reward isn't great, whatever that means. You trolling me, Ordo? Talking about risk reward? To have decent profit, you have to short thousands of shares, and not to mention calls if they rip. One is a very bad situation. Agree. That's why when this one was going against me, I just cut it. But it actually ended up getting out break even on it. When is earnings season over so we can get back to some momentum? Yeah, hopefully that'll bring some momentum back once it's over. See the 1 minute though, it tells a little bit more. So this is where I got my entry, this crazy wick up right here. Had an order at 495. Did anybody else catch CHAI? Delaney's on, I bet he did. No, I know, Ordo. I know what you mean, Ordo. You good. And you're allowed to if you want to. J Money trolls me all the time. Haven't kicked him out yet, so. Probably should have held this one, but again, the news was I got 470, 428. I knew you called it. You're a beast, bro. It didn't pop up on Trader. This is weird. Probably should have held this one. Speaking of J Money trolling, so I got a new vehicle recently. I traded in my last vehicle because it was out of warranty. Had like a Range Rover Defender. I like the vehicle a lot, but scared to drive it without a warranty because it's so expensive to keep upkeep. But J Money, so I got me a little Mach-E Ford, and bro told me that if I would hold longer, I could have got a Lambo. So this is one of those moments I probably should have held longer. Everybody else is like, congrats, killing it. And J Money's like, calling me out. I love it. Oh, God. TNMG's up again. Yeah, I don't really want to fight this trend though, to be honest. This out of all the levels, this one might hold up the best. But because you can see it's wicked up many times here, but I'm gonna leave it alone. If it gets up to the 200, I'll play it because they love to fail here. And after a strong move like this, actually, that I would love to play it right here. So I'm sorry if any of y'all are in it short, but I'm rooting for it to get to 75 cents. And we're getting in that time where my win after 8:30, 9 o'clock, win percentage goes down. I hear me say that every day, but it's true. And so I'm probably going to slow down here unless I just see a beautiful setup. Decent morning, 13, 11, and 31 cents. So $1,300 morning. For a slow market, I'll take it. I'll take it. Dang, should have held this one. Uh-oh. DPRO. It's failing at a level I drew previously. What is that level? Dang, I missed it. I had a level that I drew there previously. I don't know what it was. Maybe it's on the 5-minute. I can find what that level was. So that's a previous support. This one's not up enough for me, but it's failing. But yeah, DPRO is not up enough, but I'm glad you put it on my radar. Keep an eye on it. If it pushes to like 9, 10, I'll be interested. Okay, we're about to get to my 200 daily test. Starting to slowly scale in at 72, and we'll start scaling all the way up to probably like 80 cents if it fails here at 75 cents. So my first entry was 72 cents. My next entry is 74. The 72 is I just wanted to get in it. I'll be honest with you. And then 74, 75, and 76. And then if it breaks 76, I might play it up to, well, there you go. I might play it up to like 80 cents. Because a lot of times they don't just like fail on the dot. They usually will like wick a little bit above it. So then if it holds 80 cents, I'll stop out. Similar story, J-Money. Similar story. J-Money, if you held CHAI, you have the Lambo. Exactly. So it made me think of it when I saw it fading. GREE. I'm missing y'all's comments. My bad. GRE. Oh, geez. That was a... Like it might fail at the pivot. I'm going to keep an eye on TNMG, though. Dang, this thing. We should have went heavier at 72 cents. I'm only in 1,000 shares, up $50 on it though. And $50 of that, but that's just a drastic. I mean, that was just supposed to be a starter. Gee, man, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that trader that has the Lambo. But you're right. If somebody would give me one, I wouldn't turn it down. But I don't like depreciating assets. TNMG completed full repayment of 4.7 million senior convertibles. Is that the news? Or is that some old news? Wasn't it the I already forgot what the news was. Wasn't it some collaboration or partnership? Oh, that was from a couple of days ago. I see what you're saying. Then they launched the partnership news today. By the way, I got out at 66 cents. I made like $60 on that little move. So I'm going to get back in it. If it gets back to, or actually I got out at, yes, 66.7. I'm going to get back in at 72 cents. Small. And then I'm just kind of scaling in all the way up to, because sometimes they'll fail right before they get there. So 1,000 shares 72, 2,000 shares 74, 2,000 shares 75, and then I haven't figured out my game plan after that. But I'm gonna add a little heavier once we get closer to. There we go. Okay, good. So I'm getting some fills now. Here we go. The fun is beginning. Let's see what happens. So I have some entries at 76 and 77 now too. Adding some size now that we're at a level I like. I'm in pretty heavy now, guys. Or heavy for me. Uh-oh. But I have entries up here all the way to 80 cents now. See what y'all's comments were saying while we watch this. I agree, J Money. I like the Porsches better. Wait, what? Why didn't you tell me to get out? So Ordo says is not so crappy. Yeah, I think this one, yeah, it's a low overall offering risk. They're not in a bad financial situation. I'm playing more technicals on this one. Here we go. So it hasn't flushed much, but I'm already up $150 on this one. So a little bit. Oh, now it's pushing back. Because I'm in pretty heavy. I trimmed a little at 73 cents, but just because I ended up getting too heavy too early. So trimmed a little at, made, pennies on it, but waiting for a cleaner flush here. But this thing is pushing. So we're about at 80 cents now. Ooh, if it starts holding 80, I'm going to be a little nervous. Don't do me like this, TNMG. Like Ordo said, this isn't like that bad of a company either. So, all right, I'm starting to trim out. I don't think it's going to slow down here. So what's the next level on this one? Not happy about this one. I'm going to end up taking a decent loss on this one. So I'm down about $470 on it right now. So almost, and it's still pushing. So I'm probably going to start scaling out of this one. Jesus Christ, this one's pushing. Oh, I'm seeing a huge ask. I'm adding right back here at 83 cents heavy just to see if it flushes, to kind of get my average up. And then if it doesn't flush here, I'm just going to get out. Oh yeah, there we go. So I got out a little at 81, but still not feeling good about this one, guys. I'm in a smaller size than I was in, but still not feeling too confident. It's going to, it didn't respect that 200 very well. So I'm still in it, but not feeling too good about it. Did get up to 84.96. So basically at this point, if it breaks over 85, I'm probably just going to get completely out of it. You got to give them room to breathe sometimes for the 200, but it's breathing a little too much for my liking. So no questions asked. If it breaks, if it gets above that 85 cents, I'm just out. But I'm going to stay in it till then. Okay, good. We're getting a little flush here. There we go. I'm just going to trim down, guys. Get my size down. So even if I have to cut, it's not the end of the world. So trim down at 80 cents. My average is 70. Ooh, it's not that great. 77.8. So 77 cents, almost 78 cents. So, but yeah, if it holds over 85, I'm just going to cut. And again, I should have stopped trading. Look what time it is. After 8:30, still trading. I just showed it at the end of month results. Like statistically, I don't do well at this time. That's why I usually end it. And I still traded. So this one's on me. Because when they push and make new highs after 8:30, they just tend to keep pushing. So let's see what it does here. It's over it. So I'm cutting. Oh, this hurts cutting this thing. So I'm out of most of my shares. So even if this thing flushes, I'm still going to be net negative on this play. And it's flushing now. Well, that's not how I drew it up. So, but I just trimmed out the last 2,000 shares at 80 cents flat. So now I'm at 931 on the day. So fell below $1,000. Kind of annoyed, but I'm more annoyed at myself because I know after 8:30 this shit happened. But all good. All good. Let's see what y'all are saying. OTLK. Can I redeem myself? I see y'all just put that. OTLK. Again, it goes back to the time of day. Oh, and we're at the 200. How'd y'all not mention that? Even though it failed me this last play. No, I'm not messing with this one. I'm not messing with this one. What's this level I drew? Oh, are you green? Yeah, yeah. No, it's still green. $900. But I was 1,300. So I lost a little over 400 on it. CMND. I'm about to redeem. Oh, it's about to be 9 o'clock. I'm playing with fire, guys. But CMND, I'm going to try this one. But again, this is after 9 o'clock, or after 8:30. I don't have as good of results, so I like to be honest with y'all. So I went heavy on CMND to see if we get a flush here. Heavier, not like super heavy, but heavier. Oh, I haven't even pulled it up for y'all. My bad. CMND. So I got in at 50 cents, 4,000 shares. There we go. Let's go. Redeem me, CM. And in the meantime, I need to look up and see. Probably should learn about this company. And if it breaks and holds over 50 cents, I'm just going to stop out and not let it go against me. Canadian company, 5 million float. Oh, I might actually trim here because I'm in pretty heavy. I want a little bit better of a flush, though. Here we go. Come on. Just a little bit lower. I'm going to start scaling out. Okay, we're at 45. There we go. I'm gonna trim some here. 2,000 shares. I just trimmed at 45. Oh, let's see. Clear Mind Medicine receives final approval to expand its FDA-regulated phase 1/2 clinical trial for alcohol use order. I mean, they threw FDA in there, approval and FDA's in there, so there's going to be some momentum longs that like that, but it's just final approval to expand. So it's not like they passed it, I don't think. Let's see. Did this still attention from TNMG, by the way? Oh my God, it did. Yep, look at this. Tanking. Jesus. This is why I used to make more money whenever I would just hold and pray, because eventually they do just give it back. I'm safer now because I cut, but like, this is why I made a lot of money last year. Just hold on to them. But it's also why I had big blowups. So, wow, look, TNMG is back below the 200 now. I could fight somebody right now. All good, all good. So now that CMND is back at 45 cents, I'm just gonna get out, guys. Got me. So now I finished at least over $1,000 on the day, $1,100. I'll take it because again, I don't trade that big a size, so for what I risked, I will take it. And it's past my trading time. It's after 9 o'clock, so I already pushed it a little bit too much. Let me read the comments and I'm probably gonna bounce. Cool, not seeing much, but yeah. Hopefully y'all didn't get rocked too much with TNMG. It looks like I didn't let it play enough. I stopped out a little too early of most of my shares, but all good there. I would have been nice in the money at this point, but hindsight's 2020, right? So on that note, thank y'all for joining. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate y'all hopping on with today. Today, Wednesday or Thursday? Today's Thursday. Yeah, so tomorrow is the live stream. We'll be doing end of day fades in the Discord and pre-market in the Discord. So if you're not a member, want to join, links in the description. If not, I will be here on Monday, and maybe next week we'll get a little more action. But on that note, T-Mac after hours today, maybe. Let me look at my schedule. I don't want to promise something and I can't hold up to it. I'll talk to you in the Discord because I do have something at 4, but I do want to trade after hours today. So maybe I'll leave it at maybe. But anyways, see y'all.